Welcome everybody to Happy Wolf Art and video 7 of Learning German with the California Kids. I'm going to be toggling between this week's video 7 slideshow and also um, video 6 slideshow just for reference. Last week, and I apologize for this, I realized I didn't read the listening comprehension and the dialogue for those two sections. So I'll be doing that this week. And this video primarily focuses on the answers for test number 1. So if you've written your answers down, that's what I would encourage you to do. Have video 6, the video pulled up, and you can pause it and go through it, write your answers on a piece of paper, and then you can check them against the answers provided in this video. All right, so let's get started. So listening comprehension is the first section of the test, and for my classes I always do this listening portion first. This is a skill that is a passive skill, right? You're not producing the language, but you're hearing it, and then you're writing it down. So I'll go ahead and read those first 5 questions. You see here that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to be listening and writing down each question that you hear. Okay? All right. Nummer eins. Number 1. Nummer eins. Wie heißt du? Wie heißt du? Okay, so that's the question. So go ahead and write it down. Do your best on spelling. Nummer eins. Wie heißt du? Nummer 2. Woher kommst du? Woher kommst du? Nummer 3. Wie ist dein Name? Wie ist dein Name? Number 3. Wie ist dein Name? Nummer 4. Wo wohnst du? Wo wohnst du? Und Nummer 5. Wie alt bist du? Wie alt bist du? Okay, so I'll read through them one more time. Regular speed, not slow and not fast. Nummer 1. Wie heißt du? Nummer 2. Woher kommst du? Nummer 3. Wie ist dein Name? Nummer 4. Wo wohnst du? Nummer 5. Wie alt bist du? Okay, and again, you can always pause this video if you're not ready to continue to the next section. So the next section is called the dialogue or dialogue. What I'm going to do is read a short dialogue, and you're going to be answering these questions about the dialogue, what you hear in the dialogue. So really quickly, who is speaking in the dialogue? Wer spricht im Dialog? Here are the possible answers. You just have to choose one or the other. Wo wohnen die Kinder? Where do they live? Woher kommen die Kinder? From where do they come? Wie alt ist Karl? How old is he? Und hat Karl eine Lieblingsfarbe? Ja oder nein? Yes or no? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read the dialogue, and if you need to pause it afterwards to compare or toggle back and forth between your paper or this page and a blank page, then go ahead and do that. All right. Hallo Leute, Karl ist mein Name. Meine Freunde und ich sind die kalifornischen Kinder. Wir wohnen in Beachland, Kalifornien, aber kommen aus Karlsruhe, Deutschland. Ich bin 10 Jahre alt und meine Lieblingsfarbe ist blau. Okay, so that's the dialogue. I'll read it through one more time. Again, you can replay this section if it's read too quickly. What I do for my students is I don't slow it down too much. I do slow down the language a little bit, but you have to get used to hearing it at a semi-normal speed, okay? All right, here we go. Hallo Leute, Karl ist mein Name. Meine Freunde und ich sind die kalifornischen Kinder. Wir wohnen in Beachland, Kalifornien, aber kommen aus Karlsruhe, Deutschland. Ich bin 10 Jahre alt und meine Lieblingsfarbe ist blau. Okay, so go ahead and answer these questions here based on the dialogue that you just heard. And what I'll be doing next is going through the answers. So if you're not ready for that to be revealed, you can pause the video and work on the test as you need, and then come back to this or restart the video. Okay. All right. So here are the answers to test 1, listening comprehension. I read out these questions, and theoretically, this is what you should have written down. Okay. You can check your spelling, make corrections, and compare your answers. All right. The dialogue. Here are the answers for the dialogue. Carl is the one speaking. The kids, let's see, what is the question? The kids live in Beachland. They come out of Karlsruhe. Carl is 10 years old, and yes, he has a favorite color. All right, and here are the colors. So number 1, the answer is C. For black, it is schwarz. Number 2, the answer is A. For blue, it is blau. Number 3, the answer is B. For purple, lila. Okay. Numbers 4 and 5, you're to put down your own answers for 2 other further colors that you know, and do your best on spelling. So you can double check your spelling on those 2. Next section for answers are the numbers. Answer for number 1 is 10 for 10. Number 2 for is B for 25 is 25, so 5 and 20. And number 3, the answer for 100 is 100. Okay, again, 4 and 5, you're to write down numbers that, or spell out numbers that were given to you, I believe, if I remember correctly. Let me toggle back to that test and see what that said. Let's see. Those are the colors. Oh yes, for this one. So 3 would be D-R-E-I, drei. And this would be 7 und 40. 7, S-I-E-B-E-N, und, U-N-D, 40, V-I-E-R-Z-I-G, 40. Okay? And my apologies for forgetting to put those on this section here for answers. All right, next section of the test, structure. These are the U forms, formal. Number 1 is Z, formal. Number 2 is Z, formal. 1 was to a secretary, student to a secretary, student to a professor. Ihr is U, plural, informal. This is a mother to 2 young children. And then we have informal you, people that know each other, family members, and friends, referring to each other in the informal du. All right, and we had pronoun substitution. Let's see, I may have forgotten to, I don't think there is a 5th one, so I needed to erase that. But answer for number 1 is S. Number 2 is er. Number 3 is Z, they. And number 4 is it, feminine Z. So let's toggle really quickly back to the test to have a look at those questions so we can see the examples or example sentences. So hier ist das Auto. Here is the car. And we're replacing this with the pronoun. So das is neuter, es is neuter. You can see it visually looks similar. So we would put es ist braun. Now on the answers, I did not capitalize the E, but at the beginning of the sentence, it should be capitalized. Wo ist der Baum? Der is masculine. Er is the proper pronoun replacement, so you would put er ist hier. It is here, the Baum, the tree. Then we have a plural here. Where are the cards? Die Karten. We have Sie, plural. And so sie sind, they are, they've disappeared. Sie sind verschwunden. Then the last one is die Kamera. It's a feminine noun. We have sie here as the feminine pronoun. Sie ist nagelneu. The camera, it is brand new. All right, so those are the example sentences from the test. And here are the answers. And I'm going to do a quick little correction to that. All right, and let's look at the next section are the verb forms. No, answer for number 1 is bin, ich bin. Number 2 is sind. I think this is wir sind. Number 3 is ist. Number 4 is hat. Number 5 is haben. So let's look at the test really briefly for this. Pronoun substitution we already did. So we have here ich and then am. So ich bin, I am, sportlich, I'm athletic. Wir sind, Freunde, we are friends. Peter, he ist, he is. So remember third person singular. He, she, or it. Ist in Berlin. He is in Berlin. Stephanie is the subject, so she. Hat, H-A-T. She has the book. Und 9, wir haben here, das Buch. Wir haben das Buch. Okay, so theoretically those would be worth 1 point each if you're getting points graded for the test. And again, check your answers based on this, what I'm giving you here, and you can pause the video if need be. Okay, reading comprehension. There was a paragraph that you read and questions that you needed to answer. And the question for this one is, sind die Kinder Geschwister? Are they siblings? So the answer is 9. And I put in parentheses here, they are friends. Tubbs und Katrin are siblings. Okay, so all I'm looking for here is just no. Question number 2, or here's the answer to that. How old is Wendy? Wie alt ist Wendy? Wendy ist 9. And then the second part to that was, ist das jung? And the answer here is, ja, das ist jung. 9 years old is young. The question for number 3 is, hat Wendy ein Handy und warum? And here the answer is, her parents say, ihre Eltern sagen, dass sie zu jung ist, ein Handy zu haben, to have a cell phone. So this portion of the answer that I have written down here is pulled directly from the text, and that's okay to do on the test. Here's really the answer. Remember, this word das bumps the verb to the end of the clause, so normally it is sie ist zu jung, but because das and weil also does the same thing, it bumps the verb all the way to the end of the clause. Question number 4 about the reading comprehension portion is, wo würden die Kinder geboren? Where did they become born? Where were they born? And the answer is Karlsruhe, in Karlsruhe. Die Kinder, here's the subject, wurden, in Karlsruhe geboren. Wo ist ihre Heimat? Where is their homeland? Ihre Heimat ist Beachland. So if we look at the text, and I'm going to have to plug in the computer real quick, so pardon me. I'm running out of battery power. All right, pardon that. Let's have a quick look at the text here. So this is the text from the test. Sind die kalifornischen Kinder Geschwister? Here, first sentence, you see Freunde. They're not siblings. Here we see Tubbs and Katrin sind Geschwister. Okay? And then how old is Wendy? The kids are young. We see that. We haven't seen an age yet. Oh, yeah, here's Wendy. And then we see 9 Jahre alt. And we already saw that all the kids are young, so we can say, das ist jung. Warum hat Wendy kein Handy? Here's our key word. We see Handy here, and then we can pluck this entire sentence. Her parents say, dass sie zu jung ist. Okay, we can use that as the answer. Wo werden die Kinder geboren? Again, we're looking for key words. They come originally out of Karlsruhe, Deutschland. Okay, so here it doesn't directly say that they became born, but they come from. So this is a little bit of a tricky question. If you come from somewhere, it can be assumed, not necessarily so, but it can be assumed that you were born there. Okay? So that was a little bit of a tricky question. Wo ist Ihre Heimat? This is clear, Heimat, and Beachland is Ihre Heimat. So there you have the answer. All right. And the last portion of the test was this writing portion, and you're supposed to answer these questions. So I'll toggle back over to the answers. And theoretically, this is what your answers should look like. You can put it in a list form or in a paragraph, it doesn't matter. Notice it gets really redundant, ich here. Theoretically, as you get further into German, you want to change your word order to make it a little bit more varied. But here, ich heiße, and then you fill in your name. I come from, you fill in a city. I live in, whatever city you live in. Ich bin, you can write in how old you are, an age here, Jahre alt. Mir geht's gut, I'm doing well. Or if you're doing bad, you can say mir geht's schlecht. Or you can switch it around, subject, verb, es geht mir gut oder schlecht. Okay? Last one is ja, yes, I have a favorite color. Sie ist, and then you insert the color. It is, here's pronoun substitution. This would get you extra points if you were to write this because it's not asked for and it shows a little bit more advanced grammatical knowledge. But if you have no favorite color, 9, ich habe keine. Add this K to the indefinite article, and that means no something. Okay, I have no something. All right, so that is the test answers for Learning German with the California Kids, the first chapter, and the listening comprehension, the dialogue. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you did well on the test. Again, if you want to contact me, visit my Instagram, and you can send me a message through my Instagram, happy_wolf_art1, and you can send me a message there. So, all right, best of luck, and we'll see everybody again soon. Tschüss.